How you doing, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Spencer and I today will be showing you around another car that I have for sale from my small car collection. So I basically have two Kai cars. If you've watched the other video, you'll know what the other car is, but if you haven't, it is a 1991 Suzuki Cappuccino, which is a completely rust-free, I would describe as an immaculate example. And the other car is this. Now, I have never owned a car that has attracted so much attention. Doesn't matter if you're nipping to the shops, a petrol station, a cars and coffee, or any sort of car park, really. People come up and ask, what is it? So it's an AutoZam AZ-1. They made 4,000 of them with a production runtime of about 2 years back in 1992. I believe there is somewhere in the region of about 10 to 12 of them here in the UK. I bought this car from a friend who runs a storage facility and a workshop in Finland, believe it or not. The guy that owned it was a huge Mazda fan. He'd done a load of work to it when he imported it from Japan to Finland, including a timing belt. All the subframe at the back was removed, shot blasted and powder coated. And so, we'll put it this way, it was in a condition that was good enough that I trusted driving this car back from Sweden, where I met James, and drove it 1,700 miles back to Scotland in -12 conditions, which I will put the video of that trip at the end of this one. So if you want to go and have a look to see what it's like, what it went through to get here. And it has never as much as had a single misfire. The air conditioning works perfectly. There is no rust on the car. The engine bay and everything is lovely and clean. It's got Wanatabi wheels on it, which I had. Did I pronounce that right, Spencer?
I think so.
Anyway, people that know what a Wanatabi wheel is will know what it is without me telling them. I had them refurbished back to a satin grey with a diamond cut lip. It's got what we believe to be a one-of-one carbon bonnet. It's got upgraded LED lights because the original lights are like candles. It has an R32 style rear spoiler on the back. I had all the decals fitted. Well, not all of the decals, because if you had seen the decal pack and what it, I mean, literally, there's like arrows to where you put the key in, arrows to where you put the petrol in. So I called it a day at the midship, double overhead cam, turbo, exciting micro coupe. The wee decal above the side repeater there, and obviously the AZ-1 on the back. It's got a Kakimoto exhaust, and Spencer, if you just bring the camera down here, you'll see the pipe work and the silencers and everything. They're just absolutely lovely. And if you look in through the vent, you can see the back panel and everything is all absolutely, I hate to use the word immaculate, but it's pristine. It really, really is. So if we come round the driver's side, now, the panels are all plastic, and they are essentially a steel tub, so they're very, very stiff, and because of that, they handle really, really well. This car also has Silky Road coilovers. Now, the mention of the word Silky Road gives you the idea of they came off a website like Temu.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Japanese. Is the Japanese translation just... That's what
Well, it's also got a set of racer clocks as well. So these are all very period and very GDM correct. Now, Silky Road coilovers, Silky Road, they specialise in Kai cars. And if you to buy a set of these, they are £1,700. So they are by no means a budget damper. It rides really, really tight. The steering, I've had the alignment done, and I've had the suspension. Again, same with the Cappuccino. I just like my cars to be right. So the alignment was done, the ride height was set. I had to order caster correction plates, because if you don't and you lower an AZ, they don't handle right. So they were fitted and set up, and I actually asked them to dial in a little bit of toe in at the front, just to relax the front a wee bit, because the steering is so quick and so agile that it was just a bit too nervous. But now it's lovely. So are we ready to see the party piece of what, right? So if you think pulling into a Cars and Coffee or even a petrol station gets you a lot of attention, wait till you get out. It is literally yeah, people stop literally and look at it. There was one time I was in a petrol station, there was a guy with a Ferrari. And everybody was wanting to have a look at this.
Just like a mini Ferrari?
Yeah. So if we have a little look into the inside, we've got a Momo steering wheel, Momo gear knob. The fascias are white to match the centre, to match the, I was going to say the climate control, the heating controls. The AC works perfectly well. I had, I think it's a Pioneer Bluetooth head unit fitted.
Experience for myself and Lee.
Yeah, well, we got it in and it worked.
It worked, after we took the other one back because we thought it was broken, it turned out to be a fuse.
Yes, so we'll not go there. So it's all fitted and working now. That was...
Works perfectly now,
that
professionally installed.
Yes, that was a couple of years ago. It's even got the flare from Japan over in the footwell there. Now, the flares usually end up disappearing on the boat on the way over. The fabric is wearing really, really well. I've started to see these on the owners' groups all being reupholstered because the interiors are knackered. But
for speakers.
Yep, we have surround sound. Not that there's much area to surround and sound. I love the centre tacho again, same as the Cappuccino, big red, big sweeping tacho up to 11. It'll rev to 9, but you're really shifting at 7.5. There's not much point in revving it much beyond that. I'll have a little look at the front and also in the back. So we'll start off with the engine bay. Now, Spencer, if you can bring the camera in there, just let the folks see just down. So the engine is all nice and dry. The subframe at the bottom there is in perfectly good condition. The chassis legs and everything here are absolutely rust free. Even in here. And you can see we've got camber adjustable top plates as well. This is a 30-year-old car.
The fact that you reuse bonnet stays the second plated still says a lot.
Yes, because it's things like this, it's all the little brackets and things that start to go first, and these are all still up here as well.
Aye.
Right. And it's actually a rare ABS model.
Wow.
Yes. So if you have a look here, you can see 5-speed manual transmission, ABS, Y. Yes. And there's your service history from Japan. And that's some more. And the reason why we know what all that is when we were waiting on the boat across from Oslo to Denmark.
Cool translate.
Passing the time
Yep.
in the ferry port. So back when these were first developed, your spare wheel was going to go in there. And then it didn't favour too well for the occupant in the event of a front end crash. So they decided to put the spare wheel in behind the driver's seat. So that gives you a bit of space. So when we were coming through Sweden down into Norway and it was -12, we had the -12 squishy fluid bottle.
Oh, nice.
It's like a big bag in there, and that's your ABS pump. And you can see the camber correction plates in there as well. Now up here, this is the wash part. Now these are probably tarnished due to the heat from Japan, but that is literally, I mean, it is surface. And I always wanted to get these rubbed down and painted, but it gets to the point where I'm not saying I've got a ton of cars, but it gets to the stage where all you feel that you're doing is
Fixing things.
Maintaining things. This needs a service, that needs the wheels done, that needs tyres, that needs taxed, that needs a run because it's not been anywhere for a while. So that's mainly the reason why this and the Cappuccino are going, because there's been another couple of cars added since buying these and they're going to get used more. And sadly, these little cars are just going to be ornaments, and there is just too much money involved in these little cars now to just sit. And I've always been of the opinion that if you buy a car, you need to drive it. And if all it's doing is just sitting there, then that's a wee indication that it's time to go. So obviously, guys, you'll want to have a look underneath the car. So we're going to have the 2-poster ramp cleared off later today. I'll have lots of pictures, so if you want to see them, you can drop us a wee email and we can send them over to you on WhatsApp. And if we can help at all, please feel free to get in touch at the garage, 01236 77 9000. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, there'll be a video just up here of the full drive back from Sweden to Scotland, just up there. And if you'd like to keep in touch, subscribe by clicking up here. Thanks very much, and I hope to hear from you.